Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me this morning or at whatever time you are tuning in. It is going to be a great workout today. We are going to target our whole bodies without any equipment. I have had a few days off of exercise, so I'm a little bit nervous to get back into it. That first day after some time off is always really challenging, but we're going to feel great afterwards. So we're going to start off today with some spinal mobility, and then we're going to get right into our glute and thigh work, get that out of the way, move on to our arms, our upper body strengthening, more deep core work there, and then we're going to finish off with a really nice and effective abdominal series. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's start off in an all fours position. So we're going to, as mentioned, just get right into that spinal mobility. So if you're feeling a little bit stiff to start off with, this is a great movement to loosen up and to mobilize the spine. So we're just going to drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, and just really arch the spine here. Good, inhale, and as we exhale, we're gonna push the mat away, scooping the belly in, lifting the middle of the back up toward the ceiling, dropping the crown of the head, so you're stretching through the neck here as we push the mat away. Inhale, drop the belly, arch through the spine, roll the shoulders down away from those ears, and then exhale, pull belly in, lift, lift, lift your belly button up toward the ceiling, as you separate the vertebrae, stretching between each individual backbone. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, and exhale, round through the spine. Nicely done. We'll take a couple more like this, moving at your own pace. Good, and as you push the mat away, scoop your abdominal wall up towards your spine. And now bring your spine back into a neutral position. Now we're just going to work through some leg circles here on the right side to open up the right hip. So with our spine in neutral, we're just going to draw 4 big circles with that knee. 1, 2, really exaggerate that movement. 3, get that knee up and around, opening up through the hip. And final 1, 4, nicely done. Now we'll take a couple more of those cat-cows, drop the belly, roll the shoulders down and back, and then push mat away. Good, drop the belly, rounding, and then push the mat away. Nice work, back to neutral. Now we're gonna open up the hip on the left side, so drawing a nice big exaggerated circle with that knee. 1 and 2, make it a good one. 3, and 4, really opening up through that hip. Amazing. Drop knee down to the mat. Spine is back into neutral. Now from here, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to look out over right shoulder, bringing right shoulder toward right hip. Good. Back to center. And then looking out over left shoulder, bringing left shoulder toward left hip. Nicely done. We'll take 1 more each side. Breathe out. And inhale back to center. Exhale, curving over to the other side. Nicely done. Now from here, we're going to stretch the left leg out long. Stretch the right leg out long into plank. We're going to hold here for 4. For 3, abs in. For 2, push the mat away from you. From 1, and we're going to slowly lower down to the floor. Amazing work. Okay, from here, we're going to get down onto the side body. I'm going to bring my shins so that they are parallel with the edge of the mat. We want our knees in line with our hips here. You can lower your head down onto your outstretched arm or keep it propped up. Now making sure everything is aligned in the lower body, I'm going to place this hand down on the mat for support. We're going to lift, opening the knees, and then close the legs. So open and close. Now I'm really keeping an eye on that knee, making sure it aligns with the lower knee and the lower shin as we lift and lower, keeping those legs parallel. Nicely done. Not letting that top hip roll back. I'm keeping that top hip stacked right on top of that lower hip. Nice work. Slow range of movement, but we're just opening up in those hips and starting to work already right into the gluteus medius, working that side booty area. Plug your navel in towards your spine here and really focus on torso stability. So you're isolating this movement in the lower body. Good, relax those shoulders, nice long neck. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Every time you breathe out, you're going to bring your belly button in towards your spine. Good, getting that core engagement that's so important in all of our exercises. Inhale up, exhale down. Now give yourself a little moment at the top of every lift just to really ensure that you're engaging those glutes. We've got 5 and 4, good work. For 3, 2, last 1, lift and lower. Great. Now we're going to extend the top leg out long. We're going to plug the belly in toward the spine and lift and lower that top leg. Just tapping the toe down to the mat and then lifting it right back up. Really focusing on that little booty squeeze at the top of the lift, pointing hard through that toe. So all the muscles in the leg are working when we're pointing through that toe. Good, keeping that leg in line with the torso. Keep it up. Abs are engaged. Inhale and exhale. Good. We've got 5, 4, lift that leg up. 3, give it a lot of energy. 2, and 1, bring the legs back together into that original starting position, and then use your hands to help you to come back into an all 4 position. From here, our wrists are below our shoulders, fingers are spread, knees are below the hips. We're going to lift the abdominal wall up here, tuck the tailbone, and bring the leg out to the side into a fire hydrant, being careful not to lean over to the supporting side. Bring it back in and then extend it out long behind you. So you're coming in, fire hydrant, coming in, extension. Good. Lift and extend. Amazing. Lift and extend out long behind you. Being careful not to arch the spine here. Maintain that gentle bend in the elbows so that you're not locking out the arms. Gazes down on the floor, keeping the neck in line with the spine. Good, keep it up. Open and extend. Open and extend. Don't rush this movement, so keep it nice and slow and controlled. Squeezing that side booty as you open to the side and then really lengthening out through that big toe on the extension. Squeezing the glute at the top of the extension. Good. Open and extend. Abs in. Open and extend. You've got this. We've got 3 and 2. Last 1. Extend and lower the leg so that the toe is down on the floor. We're going to make sure that our hips are perfectly square with the mat, and we're going to extend the left arm out long. From here, we're going to lift the right leg, lift the left arm, and then tap them both down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keeping your spine nice and long here. If you're losing balance here, you can move each one in isolation. So you can lift the leg, then the arm, then the leg, then the arm. If you've got the balance and got the strength, do both at the same time. But if you're losing control, slow it down and break the movement down. Much better to do it with good form and stability. Good, keep it up. Breathe out to lift. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Now, keeping that left arm extended, we're going to bring the right hand out as well so that it is in line with the left hand. So we're stretching out Now we're gonna lift that right leg, extend out long through the spine, and pulse. Little controlled pulses up with that leg, squeezing the bum, pointing through the toe, abs are in, lift, 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 lift. Final exercise here, you can do it. On this right side, keep lifting, keep pulsing, engage those glutes for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, squeeze, 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 lift an inch higher, and then relax it down. Take your knees nice and wide here, bringing the big toes together, and sink back onto your heels, stretching into child's pose, breathing in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Amazing work on that side. Let's bring ourselves back up into a kneeling position, and we're gonna come over on to the other side. So roll yourself down to the mat slowly with control. Prop yourself up on your hand or your outstretched arm. And we're going to align our shins with the edge of the mat. So the shins are parallel and the knees are in line with the hips. So we're creating that right angle with the lower body. From here, lower your hand down to the floor for more stability. We're lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering, keeping those legs parallel, keeping those hips stacked. Working into the lower body on this left side. Good. I know it can be really tempting to let that top hip roll back to get a larger range of movement, but that's not what we're looking for here. It's a small range of movement. We're squeezing that side booty as we lift at the top. We're working into those deep stabilizing muscles in the hips. And we're keeping it really aligned and controlled. Good work. Inhale and exhale. Remember, as you exhale, that's your cue to engage your abdominal wall. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Inhale and exhale. We've got 5, 4. Ooh, I can already feel that left side working. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Stretch that top leg out. Really lengthen through the big toe. Make sure the top leg is in line with the torso. Then we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Again, really focusing on that control and stability, so you don't want your torso moving around. You're isolating this work in the lower body. If you place your hand here, really focus on these muscles squeezing and contracting as you lift the leg. You can even feel it into your waistline as well if you're really engaging your core. So make the movement count, get the most out of it by engaging that core and squeezing the glutes at the top of the lift. Lengthening out through the big toe so that you're working your thigh muscles at the same time. Good. Lift and lower. We've got 5 and 4. Last 3. Final 2. And 1, bring the legs together back into the starting position. Use your hands to help you to move into an all fours. Okay, from here, wrists are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. We're going to open into that fire hydrant, lower, and extend. Open, extend. Open to the side, extend. Really get your knee up there, but try not to lean over to your supporting side. So keep yourself nice and balanced across those shoulders and hips, nice and level. Good. Engage your core for extra added stability and benefit. We're pointing through the toe here, especially out on that extension. Extend out as long and straight as you can with that leg out behind you. Good. We've got 4 and 3. Keep pushing the mat away from you so you stay nice and broad across your shoulders. Last 1. Lower the leg, extend the right arm. We're going to lift and lower. I'm gonna move myself over a little bit. Lift and lower. Abs are in, shoulders are level here, gaze is on the mat so that the neck is nice and long. We don't want the head up like this, that throws the spine out of alignment. Nor do we want to be dropping the head. We want that neck nice and long and relaxed. Good. Remember, you can move your arm and leg in isolation, one after the other, if that gives you more stability and control. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hand. Bring the other hand up to meet it, so they're in the same position, about shoulder distance apart. Lift that left leg, and we're gonna pulse. Spine is long, gaze is down on the mat. Get that leg up there. Keep pulsing. Point hard through that toe. Keep pulsing. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You can do it. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Lift the leg an inch higher. Squeeze and lengthen for 5, 4, 3, little higher, 2, and 1. Amazing. Drop the knees. Take them nice and wide. Big toes come together and sink back into that really well-deserved child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Great. Okay, so from here, we're going to keep the knees nice and wide in that child's pose position. We're going to come forward. We're going to, our hands should be shoulder distance apart, fingers are spread. We're going to tap the forearms down to the mat for 10, 2, 3, put some weight into the heels of your hands, 5, 6, focus on the backs of the arms as you push up through the heels of the hands, 10, sink it back, good, come forward again, same thing again, 10, 9, 8, weight into the heels of the hands, 5, 4, 3, 2, abs in, and 1, sink it back. 2 more sets. Come forward, focusing on the backs of the arms here. Spine is nice and long. Push up through the heels of your hands. Plug your belly in. And 10, sink back into your child's pose. Last 10. We're coming forward for 10, 9, push up through the heels of the hands, good, abs are in, 4, 3, 2, and 1, hold, just hover, so your elbows are slightly bent, and now we're gonna pulse. Little controlled pulses, not letting those elbows touch the floor, keep pulsing. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Bring your hands below your shoulders. Bring your knees so that they are parallel. Now we're going to step the left foot back, step the right foot back, coming into plank. From here, create a nice flat line with the body. We're going to sink back, bending the knees, and then shoot forward, holding strong in plank. Sink back toward the heels and shoot forward, lifting through the abdominal wall. Inhale and exhale. Good. Powering up that upper body. Inhale and exhale. Come forward, flexing through the heels. Inhale and exhale. Hold strong in plank. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, plug belly in toward the spine. We've got 3, 2, last one, we're gonna come forward and hold in plank, and we're gonna go into some knee taps here. So we're gonna drop the knees and then to plank. Drop the knees, lift your abdominal wall to plank. We've got 8, 7, 6, abs are engaged, 5, 4, push the mat away from you, 3, 2, Last one, and we're gonna push all the way up through those hips coming into downward dog. Take a moment here to breathe. Flatten out that upper back. Lift through the abdominal wall. You can pedal out here if that feels good. Just let that head hang between those shoulders. Regulating the breath for 3 and 2 and 1. Level out the heels. Gently drop your knees down to the mat. Bring yourself into a kneeling position. Lift your shoulders up by your ears and roll them down and back. Amazing work. Now we are going to get into position to work those abdominals. How are we doing for time? Perfect. Okay, so roll yourself down one vertebra at a time. When you touch down, I'd like you to interlace your fingers, taking them behind your head so that your head is resting heavy in your hands. The knees come together, and then we're going to separate the knees so that just the bottom of the feet are connected. So we're creating a diamond shape with the lower body. The spine is in neutral here. From this position, we're gonna inhale. And as we exhale, we're just gonna crunch up. Inhale to lower, exhale, crunch up. So as we crunch up, our elbows stay nice and wide, and we're pressing our low back into the mat. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Working those upper abs, engaging the core by contracting the belly button down toward the spine. Challenge yourself by picking your head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor a little bit higher each time, and just holding for that split second at the top of your crunch, holding that engagement and then lowering. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. We've got 4 and 3, really warming up those abdominals for 2 and for 1, lower down. Now from here, we're gonna bring the hands over the head. One hand crosses over the other, the fingers interlock. So we're creating kind of a triangle shape with the hands. We're gonna inhale here, and as we exhale, we're gonna lift the heels off the mat and reach those fingertips toward the heels. Tap the heels down, lower the arms, and then lift, bringing the fingertips toward the heels. Good. Tap the heels down and curl and crunch up. Lower and lift. Really drawing your navel in toward your spine, pressing your low back down onto the mat as you curl and crunch up. Nicely done. We've got 4 and 3. Lift a bit higher. Last 2 and final 1. Great. Now, if you're good there, if that's a good level of challenge for you, I want you to stay lifting and lowering the legs as we just were. If you'd like to pick up the level of challenge, we're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to lift, draw the legs together, squeeze them together, and then lower, widening the knees to the starting position. So we're lifting up, squeezing the legs together, pointing through the toes, and then we're widening the knees, bringing the feet down to the floor. Good. Again, we're kind of holding for a split second in that extension, keeping those abdominals engaged, and then gently relaxing them as we lower down. Inhale and exhale. Lower and curl and crunch up, resting your head atop your shoulders as you come into that crunch and extension. Good. Really squeeze legs together, point through those toes. We've got 3 and 2 and final 1. Extend and then draw the legs down to the mat, bringing the arms overhead. We're going to separate the legs so they're about hip distance apart. I'm going to separate the hands so the palms are facing up toward the ceiling, and we're going to work into our roll over here. So we're going to inhale to peel up, exhale to reach and stretch, folding over the lower body. Inhale, and then as you exhale, engage those lower abs the whole way down. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, reach, stretch, and fold over the lower body. Drop those shoulders. Engage the abs as you lower with control. Good. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, reach and stretch toward those toes. Drop your shoulders and lower down. This is one of my absolute favorite exercises. It works your upper abs, it works your lower abs, and you just get an amazing back body stretch between each one. So really reach for those toes. Enjoy the stretch through the spine and the hamstrings as you fold over that lower body. Inhale, and as you exhale, drop your shoulders, squeeze your thighs as well for extra added benefit and control. Good, nearly there. We've got 2 more. Inhale to come up, work your upper abs, and work those lower abs with the control on the way down. Last one, we're gonna come up and over, and we're gonna hold in a nice deep back body stretch for a couple of breaths here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Pull yourself down a little bit more deeply into that stretch. Feel it up the backs of your legs. Feel it between each of your vertebrae for 3 and 2 and 1. Bring yourself back up to a seated position. And we're going to finish off with 1 more abdominal challenge. So slowly lower down all the way toward the mat. When you've touched down, you have the option of taking your hands like so on either side of your tailbone, so you're supporting your low back. Otherwise, your hands are pressing down onto the mat on either side of the body. We're going to go into the alternating leg drop. So you can have your legs bent for this and move through like so, one leg after the other, or you're aiming to have your legs perfectly straight, pointing through the toes. So we're inhaling to lower, and then we're hinging from the hip to bring that leg back up. Other leg, inhale to lower, exhale to lift. We've got 8 more like this. 8, abs into lift. 7, belly to spine to get that lift. 6, I know these are tough, but they really work. If you want to step it up, head, neck, and shoulders elevate. 5, 4, work that control. 3, abs are in. 2, and final 1. Now both legs together just for 3. 1, abs in. 2, belly to spine. And 3, lift it up, lower it down, and roll over onto your stomach. You did it. Great work. So rolling over onto your stomach, we're going to take our hands on either side of our shoulders, and we're just going to peel up into a really nice, well-deserved abdominal stretch. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can look over your right shoulder, get a bit of a neck stretch in there as well. And then look over your left shoulder. Good work. Slowly lower back down to the mat. Roll back on to your back body, and we're just going to stretch out those glutes as well. So we're going to cross the left leg over the right, interlace the fingers, take them behind the right thigh, and just draw that right knee in towards your chest. Try to connect your tailbone with the mat so that you're stretching through the low back at the same time for 2 and 1. Lower the foot, cross opposite leg over, bring your left knee in towards your chest. Enjoying a nice hip opening here and a deep glute stretch. We'll hold it here for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Bring both legs together, take your hands behind your thighs, and gently roll yourself up into a seated position. You can be on your knees or cross-legged. We are done, so let's just roll out that tension in the shoulders. We're gonna lift our shoulders up by our ears. Inhale and exhale, roll them down and back. We've got 2 Last one, make it a good one. Lift those shoulders up and then melt them down and back. You did it, we did it. I hope you enjoyed that routine. I know I did, and I'm ready to start my day. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to moving again with you next Wednesday, hopefully. So I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.